Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you this soft, sparkly, cool tone eye makeup look, which I hope you guys really like. I know not everyone loves warm tones, so for those who are more into cool tones, this eye look is for you guys. So I started with a little bit of a brow gel. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel in the color chocolate, which I really like. I love that it makes my brow hairs a little bit darker. Then I went in with the MAC Cosmetics paint pot in the color soft ochre, and I'm going to use this all over my eyelids. This is going to remove the redness from the lid, and it also makes sure that I just have like a nice clean canvas for all my eyeshadow. Then I applied a eyeshadow guard. If you don't have those, you can use some regular sticky tape. And then I went in with my own Sigma palette that I created together with them. And I'm going to start with the first color, which is the shade color Concrete. And I'm just going to blend this all over in my crease. This is going to be like the base transition shade, and I always like to start with a little bit and then just gradually build it up by going in with more and more of the color. But I feel like for me it always works to use a little bit and then just build it up, make it as dark and pigmented as I want it to be. So I'm just continuing to blend, and then I went in with the color Cottage and used this for underneath the highest point of my brow. This is going to make the transition from the brow towards the crease look a little bit more nice. I'm a huge fan of this. I know some people really like a shimmery brow highlight. I am personally not a huge fan of that. I prefer matte, so it doesn't really emphasize those little hairs underneath the brows. But yeah, then I went in with this sparkly color, and this is really nice for if you're more into like a soft everyday look. It just adds this really subtle sparkle, but not too extreme. I will go in with a little bit extra glitter because I wanted this eye look to be a little bit more intense, but for those who want more of a softer vibe, you can definitely keep it this way and just go for the glitters that are already into the eyeshadow if you want more like a softer neutral vibe. So then I went in with this darker gray color and blend this along the lash line. I wanted to go for a smoky wing liner because I don't do them very often, but lately I've really fallen in love with them. I just feel like it gives such a nice effect to your eye look. So I'm just blending these colors along the lash line to create that effect. You don't have to be super precise. Just make sure that when you use the next color, I'm going to go in with the color Levine, that you apply it a little bit lower so you can still see that color that you previously used right above it. You don't want to like cover it completely up because that will kind of erase the purpose of what you did. So you want to blend it a little bit lower so you can still see that gray shade right above it. So I went in with a few layers of the black, just gradually building it up by making it darker and darker until I was happy with how the transition was looking. Then I went in with the glitter adhesive from Anastasia Beverly Hills, applied it with my finger, and then I used this glitter from MAC Cosmetics, which is in the color Reflect Pearl. Such a stunning glitter, like I don't have words for it. I think it's one of the prettiest glitters. Together with Reflects Gold, they're just stunning. So the gold gives more of a golden glitter and this gives more of a cool tone glitter, and both of them are stunning, but obviously for today's eye look, the pearl version is just more suitable. But I just love it. It still gives you like a subtle sparkle, but still like just adds a little bit of the glam. I just love it. So then again, I went in with more of the black eyeshadow. I wanted to do this after the glitter just to make sure that if I did cover it up with glitter, I can just kind of like smudge it away. And I also used a little bit of the Wicked Joy eyeliner on my brush to make it even dark. So then I removed the eyeshadow guard and I went again in with the Sigma Wicked Joy eyeliner and used this to kind of create a line above the lash line. This is optional, like I didn't have to do this, but I felt like I wanted to do this to make it even more dark. But if you want to keep it more on the softer side, you don't have to do this. You can go to the next step. So I added a little bit more of the black eyeshadow to make sure that everything looks nicely blended into each other. And then I made sure that I applied some concealer underneath the eyes. And then I took the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the white color. I normally would probably go for black, but I wanted to do something different for a change. So I did go in with a white pencil instead to really open up the eyes, make it look super bright, and I just really like it, especially when you see the end result. Right now it might look a little bit harsh, but when you have your mascara on, the lashes, everything will look more together. So I used the black eyeshadow again underneath the lower lash line, going from the outer part of the eyelid towards the kind of center part of the eyelid. Just kind of smudging my brush back and forth. I didn't want it to blend it all the way to the inner corner, just kind of like stopping halfway. And then I went in with the color Cottage and applied a little bit more of that in the inner corner of the eye, just to give that a little bit of a pop in that area, which is really nice since I also used a white in the waterline. And then I used the color Leon, and I'm going to use this to blend out the lower lash line, because it looked quite harsh because I haven't blended it out yet. So you definitely want to go in with a lighter color to make everything look more softer. So I'm just continuing to blend until I'm happy with how everything looks. And then it's time for mascara. So I always like to go in with a lash curler because my lashes are very short. So I definitely need a little bit of a lift. And then I used mascara. I'm not sure which one I used, but it looks like the Roller Lash Mascara from Benefit, if I'm not mistaken. And then I went in with the Queen Tarsi Nora lashes, which I think are freaking beautiful. I have been using them quite often on my channel, but they're just the right amount of fluffiness and length. I think they're just so beautiful. So I'm making sure that it looks good on the eyes, and then after this the eye look is actually finished. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. This is really helpful for my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and just let me know if this is an eye look that you would try on your own. I would love to hear, and if you do recreate it, don't be shy. Send me a picture on Instagram. I would love to see it. And yeah, just thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar.